Now we've reached that point where we have to talk about 2-5-1s. Now, whenever you study jazz or anything you read about jazz, this always comes up, 2-5-1. It's also sometimes known as a turnaround or 2-5-1 turnaround. Now, for those of you that maybe come from more of a rock background or more playing folk music, or you'll be very familiar with 1-4-5, which is this. Which you can then play in other keys. That's very central to a lot of things in rock music, and in the blues, of course, it is the the 3 chords in the 12-bar blues. So I'm going to really show you the 2-5-1 and how that is pivotal in jazz in the same way that 1-4-5 is in other forms of music. So I'm going to do it first of all in the key of C. So we've got our C here, playing the major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Remember always to name those notes in your mind. Let them pop out in your mind. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're looking for 2. So our 2 is the D. Our 5 is the G. And our 1 is C. So here it is. Or we can play the 5 an octave below, which can sound quite good. So you're familiar with that. You've heard that a million times. If I harmonize that, we get this. That's a 2-5-1. And as with our 1-4-5, we can play that, and once we've got that, we can play in other keys. So this is very, very important that you know this. Now, what I'm going to do, because really the way I learned to play music and understand all these things was really by learning tunes. So because this is so central in jazz, probably a good idea if we take a tune that is just full of 2-5-1s, and I'll show you how to play it. Now, this is a jazz tune that a lot of people know, even if they're not into jazz, Satin Doll. It's full of 2-5-1s. Da, 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 da. Got a little chromatic here. So let's just take the bass notes of this. Let's forget the chords for the moment. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's another 2-5-1 turnaround from E to A. And we have the melody to that is. Now I want you to try and do this for me. I want you to play that bass note, the bass line, and that melody together. So we get. That's the bass and the melody together. And this is all working around our 2-5-1 sequence.